Welcome to day 5 of week 4, where we were dealing with scatter plots this week. Thanks very much for you guys joining us all week long. Today is going to be our review of strand 8.13, which was once again on scatter plots. We're going to begin today's lesson by going over yesterday's homework and practice. The first question says the scatter plot below shows the number of years attending college and the amount of money earned. Based on the scatter plot, which of the following conclusions can be made about the relationship between the number of years attending and the amount of money earned? If we're looking at this data, the correct answer choice should have been C. As the number of years in college increases, so does the amount of money earned. We see an upward trend on the graph, which gives us a positive correlation. Therefore, C is the only answer choice that would fit for this diagram. For the second one, it asks you, in looking at the data that is on the graph, what could be represented in this graph? C is the only correct answer because the amount of gas in a car in the tank over a distance driven. So we know that when we're driving a car, as we said on yesterday, the more miles you drive, the less gas you have remaining in your vehicle. If we look at answer choice A, the amount of mileage on a car over a distance driven, of course, as you drive, you're putting more miles on the car, so that would be a positive correlation. And for B, the temperature of the car's engine over the distance driven. So that could change as well because the more you're driving, you could have an increase in the temperature for the car's engine. Okay. Today's objective. I can construct a scatter plot given data points on graph paper and analyze the scatter plot to determine whether the data has a positive, negative, or no correlation. Materials needed are paper, preferably that of graph paper, and a pencil. The vocabulary terms that we have been reviewing and dealing with all week long are as follows: independent variable, dependent variable, line of best fit, positive relationship, negative relationship, and no relationship. We have been sharing these pictorial representations all week long. We're going to review them with you one more time. The first one is a linear relationship, which means as our x or independent coordinate is increasing, so is that of our y coordinate for our dependent variables. So there is a positive trend, which means we have a positive linear relationship. For a negative linear relationship, as the x values increase, our y values are decreasing. That means we have a downward trend, which is a negative linear correlation or relationship. For there to be no linear relationship, we cannot determine if there is any type of correlation between our x and y axis, and the coordinates are all over the graph. So that is a no correlation, no linear relationship. So for today, you have been given a math task, and it reads as follows. For her science fair project, Michaela studied the relationships between exercise and heart rate. She asked 2 of her friends to jump rope for 10 minutes and recorded their heart rate each minute, beginning with their resting heart rate. Michael's heart rate ranged from 52 beats per minute to 135 beats per minute, and there was a positive correlation between time spent jumping rope and his heart rate. Jamal's heart rate ranged from 48 beats per minute to 112 beats per minute, and there was no correlation between the time spent jumping rope and his heart rate. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to draw a scatter plot to represent each of these situations and explain how you know the scatter plot that you drew clearly represents the situation described. And the second thing that you're going to do is give an example of a situation that should produce a positive or negative correlation, and then explain why you would generate the correlation. All right? We ask that you take as much time as you need, but just please put thoughtful input into actually creating your scatter plot and giving accurate examples of what the situations should look like to produce a positive or negative correlation. And to end today's lesson, we ask that you please once again log into Dreambox and complete at least one lesson. Remember, you can log in through your Clever account. Thank you so much for spending your week with us. We look forward to being with you again on next week. Have a great weekend.